how and why did they give up so many goals?
Well, there are some games that you get into where, it's 7-0, and it looks terrible. Right. But
that's a touchdown.
Yeah, it is a touchdown. You're right.
Doesn't happen often.
But it's 1-0, 2-0. You can, the cliche in a game like that will be, when you can lose 1-0, you can lose 7-0. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's not quite the same thing because of you're going to be able to break down how many mistakes there were that resulted in goals against.
It feels different too.
It does feel different. But again, if you are a team like the Tampa Bay Lightning and you have the experience that you have,
right.
You can come back from that and say, that's a blip on the radar screen. That doesn't happen. Shouldn't have happened. It did happen. Now we got to get back to being who we are and what we are. Is it devastating? You don't know till the series is over. Like when the series is over, you're going to be able to look back at that game too and say, man, that was as big of a win as it looked to be at that time. Or you may look back and say, wow, that was a big win at the time, but it just kind of got the Lightning to refocus and get back to what they need to do. So when it's over, we'll see which way that goes. But you're right. It looks devastating right now. When you get beaten that bad, national television, Stanley Cup final, for a team that's not used to getting beaten like that.
Right.
So how important is home ice advantage?
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, Colorado wins their 2 on home ice. You go back to that Rangers series that the Lightning played in the Eastern Conference Final.
Right.
They dropped the first 2 in New York. Yep. Then they went home and they won the next 2. And then all of a sudden,
they won 4 straight.
Yeah, you're looking at a best of 5. And that's where you're looking to get to. It literally is the one game at a time. Again, it's all about cliches, but
right.
It is. If you get a win, if you get that first home win, then you can say, okay, now we're just down by a game, and we have another one to play at home. If you play that one and you win it, now it's back to even. You've got the team that was up 2-0 questioning, what did we do to fall off of where we were?
Right.
You have the other team saying, okay, we've got our stuff together now, let's go from here. So, home ice advantage is absolutely huge. And I think we've seen in these playoffs a lot where the home crowds have really pushed those teams.